morning, class 8. Since we have completed till chapter 9, we have to begin with chapter 10 today, that is Modals, page number 82. Please take it out. And first thing we are going to see is your stick note that you have in page number 82, the last page of it, this one, where they have given a definition. What is modals? Okay. Now we have learned that auxiliaries are actually or also known as helping verb. Okay. They are of two kinds. Okay, auxiliary are of two kinds. The first one is primary auxiliaries and the second one is modal auxiliaries. Okay. The primary auxiliaries are the verbs like be, beb, have and do. These are your primary auxiliaries. Okay, primary itself means basic verbs or basic auxiliaries. Okay, so be, have and do, these are what we see in primary auxiliaries. When they are used with other verbs, so these are your primary auxiliaries verb. And modal auxiliaries, which we are going to see today more in detail, includes can, could, may, might, shall, should, must, will, would, used to, need, dare and ought. Okay, so these are the words. We are going to see how to use it, when do we use it, and these are your modal auxiliaries or modals, which we are going to see today more in detail. Okay. Now the English modal verbs are a subset of the English auxiliary verbs. Okay, used mostly to express modality. They can be distinguished, that means different from other verbs. They are verbs, but they are different from verbs that we generally use. Now we know that verbs are something which tells us more about action, like speaking, talking, writing, reading, sleeping, okay, watching, eating, playing, running. So these are your some common verbs. But how this is different from the verb that we are going to see is, modal verbs are something, these are your helping verbs. This help your verbs. These are verbs, but this help your verbs, your action, to put into more highlight or know it more better about your action, the verb, in a sentence. So that is what modal auxiliaries are, or modals are. Please see just above the note that modals or modal auxiliaries are verbs that are used to express the mood or attitude of the speaker. So this modals or modal auxiliaries, what are their uses? Their use are actually to express the mood. Okay, this helps us to make us understand more about the speaker's mood or attitude, okay, towards anything that he or she is doing, okay, of the speaker. So that is what modals or modal auxiliaries help in English language. Okay, that is the main work of it. Now there is, in page 83, there is another stick note where you have a table. Okay, look at these table. Forms, functions and examples you have. Forms like be, present tense will not be being or be or something like that, beat or something like that. There is not a word like that. So present tense will be is, am, are. Past tense or be will be was or were. These are the things we are going to use with be. So be form continuous tenses used in the passive and to denote a command or a plan, like I am writing a letter, the door was opened by Sham, you are to leave right now. Forms like have, present tense has or have, and past would be had. Do, present tense does or do, past tense did. Okay, so they have given some examples over there, please read that. Now the verbs be, have and do can also be used as principal or main verb. The primary verbs be, have and do can also be used as a principal verb. Okay, and another word is main verb, principal verb or main verb you can say. So these three verbs can be used as a principal or a main verb in a sentence. For example, I am a student. That reveals a state of being that I am a student. Okay, I have a pet dog. It indicates ownership, that I own a dog. I do yoga every day. That shows action, that a particular action you do every day. Okay. The most commonly used modals, as I've already told you, these are used to express, what are the uses of it? These are used to express possibilities, certainty, okay, necessity, ability, expectations, permission, advice, wish or obligation. Now, which are used for what? We will see that in detail. Let us now study the use of modal auxiliaries in detail. Like can is used to talk about ability and possibility. When I say I can do it or you can do it, that means there is a possibility, or you see that ability in that the other person or in yourself, that this is quite easy and I can do it. When you use the word can, modal can, when do you use? When you see that there is an ability, there is a possibility that yes, you can achieve. So we use can. For example, she can play tennis very well. There is ability. Okay. Loud noise can damage your ears. So that is your possibility again. Next is can is used to ask for and give permission in an informal manner. So when you are giving a permission in an informal manner, so we use can. Like, can I join the gym from tomorrow? So this is like seeking a permission. You know that if you ask for, definitely you are going to be said yes. So that is what asking for informal manner. You can meet me tomorrow. So that is giving a permission that yes, you are allowed to meet me tomorrow. Remember that modals are used, are always followed by a main verb. So whenever you are going to use modals or modal auxiliaries, there will be it will be followed by a main verb or principal verb. That's what we have learned. They do not change form with the person or the number of the subject. Okay. Now let's see the next one, could. Now could is used as the past equivalent of can. Now could and can is like, the meaning is quite similar, whereas could is the past tense you can say, or past equivalent similar to can form, okay, in indirect speech. Now I am pretty sure that you know a little bit about direct and indirect speech. So direct is like the exact sentence or lines of the speaker, whereas indirect speech is where you do not change the meaning of it but just the alteration of the words. Okay, for example, Mani said I can help you. Now how are you going to use that with could? And in indirect speech, Mani said that, we use that for indirect speech. Mani said that she could help me. Okay, so I will become she, because Mani is a girl, so Mani, or even it's a boy, so you can use he as well. So we will use pronoun to it for indirect speech. Mani said that he or she could help me. Now could is used, second point, to make polite request. Okay, for example, could you help me to carry these bags? So that's a polite request. Could is help to indicate ability in the past. Any ability that you believe that he or she could possibly do in the past. For example, she could do 100 sit-ups once upon a time, but now she cannot. Okay, maybe because of the time, maybe because of her weaknesses, whatever may be the reason, but earlier she could do, there was ability of her to do it, but now she does not have that. So these are three uses of could. Now let's see may. May is used to ask for permission in a very formal manner. That we really know, like whenever you, even when you want to go out for a change or something, definitely we use the word may. Okay, may I go out? May I wash my hands? So this is a very formal manner of asking permission, seeking permission. May I come in, sir? So that first one is pretty easy. Second one is may I use. May is used to express a wish. So whenever you feel like I wish I could do this, so may is used for your wishes. For example, may you always enjoy good luck. So that's a wish. May is used to indicate a good possibility, like it's a positive thing. You might achieve it. Okay, a possibility of like happening things. For example, don't worry, your library books may be in the classroom. So that there is a good possibility. So these are again another three uses of may. Let's see might again. Might is to use or to suggest a weak possibility. Might be whenever we use there is a weak possibility. We just saw that may is used for good possibility, that means more of a chances, whereas might means there is a less of a chances. Okay, so to suggest a weak possibility in the future, but in the future, for example, it might rain tonight. Okay, so there is a weak possibility it might rain in the night. Don't play with the knives, you might get hurt. So there is a weak possibility, okay, of getting hurt if you play with the knife. And might is also used as past equivalent of may. Just like could is the past equivalent of can, might is the past equivalent of may. May is used for present form, whereas might is used for past, and it's quite similar. In indirect speech, again, for example, Jia said, I may get the job. So may is used for present tense as well as in direct speech, and might is used for indirect speech, okay, in past form. Jia said that she might get the job. Okay, so these are the two uses of might again. Next is will. Will is used to talk about future events that are planned or about which we are certain. So a planning. So we are talking about a future event that is about to approach. Okay, we are planning about it, or we are quite certain about it that yes, there is a possibility of happening it. We use will. Okay, and definitely it's in a future tense. Okay, like the train will leave at 10 a.m. Okay, so there is a possibility in future that this thing is going to happen, that is at 10 a.m. the train will leave. Or another example, my mother will turn 60 this year. So she hasn't, but she will definitely. That is a certainty. Okay, when there is definite or when there is certainness, so that is when we are going to use will in a future tense. My mother will turn 60 this year. Will is used to show determination or willingness. So when one is showing determination, how determined you are to achieve anything, or your willingness, okay, how much you are willing to do it. Okay, so that is when we are going to use will. I will help you complete the assignment. So there is willingness, there is determination to complete the assignment. Will is used to make polite request. Okay, for example, will you help me complete the assignment? Not in a formal manner, but it's a polite way of requesting. So will you help me complete the assignment? Will you turn down the music, please? I'm trying to sleep. Now, another that we have, page 85, is shall. Shall is used to make offers or suggestions. Okay, shall I close the door? To show promise. For example, now shall is used to make offer, okay, or suggestions, like whenever you want to make some offerings or like suggestions. So that time we use shall. Shall I close the door? There is a suggestion over there. Point number 2, shall is used to show promise. You shall certainly receive a raise next month. So it is my promise. So when shall is used for some kind of promising sentences or promising words. Third example is shall is used to express a command or even a threat. Okay, for example, he shall not come here again. It's a threat. Okay, or you shall not steal. That's a command. Okay. Now we have more to see. Let's see that in another video. Okay, because I'll make it's quite lengthy, so I'll make part 2 of this chapter. So part 1 by far. If you have any doubt, let me know. We'll continue with wood and then others in our next part, next class. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.